What's going on, everybody? My name is Josh, and this is Chasing Dreams. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit. This is a video I've been wanting to make for quite a while now. I just never got around to actually doing it. The time never seemed just right. But I got about 45 minutes. I'm driving home from work right now, so I figured I would take this opportunity to go through and talk about some of the things that have been going on. So as you can tell from the title of this video, I'm 30 years old and I am in the process of enlisting in the Army. And I never realized just how big of a process it actually was. I felt like I was going into the whole enlistment process. I felt like I was very well prepared for it. I had done quite a bit of research, but there was just little things that kept jumping out and getting added onto that I wasn't aware of or prepared for. But so far, I'm still not enlisted. I'm waiting for a couple more steps that we'll talk about here in a second. But I want to go all the way back and kind of start at the beginning. So again, I'm 30 years old. I've been wanting to join the military since I was very young. I was 12 years old when September 11th happened, when the World Trade Centers were attacked. And even before that, I wanted to join the Marines. I wanted to be a Marine. September 11th just made it that much more. And then all through my teenage years, through high school, that was the only thing that I could see myself doing, was joining the Army, or joining the Marines at that point, joining the military and going to serve my country. That is the only thing I wanted to do. But as I got closer to turning 18, where I could actually enlist, I was getting a lot of resistance from my family, and their opinion was and still is very important to me. So I kind of just backed off. I decided I wasn't going to do it at that point. I started looking for other outlets, other things to do. I joined a volunteer fire department, which kind of set me on the course that I've taken for the rest of my life. Now I've worked on 2 fire departments. I've been on 3 ambulance services. I currently work at a hospital. So it's kind of set me up to work in the medical field. A couple of times, I got married when I was 19. Had a couple of kids. My first daughter was born when I was 21. Had a son a couple of years later. Then got divorced, remarried. And a couple of times in there, I tried to join the Marines, I tried to join the Army. I kind of had given up on the Marines. I felt like that wasn't, still a ton of respect for the Marines. I just didn't feel like that was the right course for my life. So I ditched the Marine idea and started looking at the Army. Wanted to go 68 Whiskey, combat medic. I tried to join, and there was some stuff that I was getting pushed back. I kept trying to schedule to go to MEPS, and they wouldn't let me schedule until I had a doctor's note for something. And while I went and I got a note that my recruiter told me was going to be acceptable. I turned it in, and then I got a call from them saying, "Oh, that's not good enough. You need a different one." And while I was waiting to get in to see a different doctor, I was offered a full-time job in the private sector. So I took that, and I just said, "Sorry, Army, not going to do that right now." So that was kind of the end of it. Then I started looking at it again after my divorce, and started getting more serious about it. And I got all my paperwork in line, got everything turned in. So I filled out the application, gave them all of my paperwork. I was scheduled to go to MEPS. I went up to MEPS. I took the ASVAB on the first day. I think it was a Tuesday, Wednesday that I went. Tuesday I took the ASVAB, scored a 93 on that. The next day I took the physical, passed that, no problems. Came back, and so where I'm at right now in the process is I'm waiting on a dependency waiver. So Due to my education, my experience, whatever, I'll be enlisting in the Army as an E3, private first class. Private first class enlisting in the Army is allowed to have 3 dependents. That's a wife and 2 children. Well, I have a wife, and she had 3 children. I had 2 children. Now we have 1 together. So we have 6 kids altogether. That's 7 dependents. So I am over the limit of dependents that I'm allowed to have by 4. 2 of her kids from her previous marriage are already on TRICARE, so they kind of don't count. And then there's some other stuff going on. If you want all the nitty-gritty details, just drop a comment and I can go into that. But we don't need to go into that in this video. So basically, I've submitted all the paperwork for the waiver. Tomorrow afternoon, I have, from the time of recording this, tomorrow afternoon, I have an interview with a commander. I think it's the recruiting station commander that I have a phone interview with. After I have my phone interview with him, I have to schedule another interview with a battalion commander. After that interview, I then have to, or all of my paperwork will get sent to the recruiting command, whoever that is, and then that will be the final go ahead if I actually get to enlist in the Army or not. This is all taken much longer than I had anticipated. I always thought the Army motto was either an army of one or army strong, but I'm finding out, as a lot of people have said, that it's hurry up and wait. So I'm waiting for this phone call tomorrow afternoon, and then I will get the next one scheduled as quickly as possible. And I'm hoping that we can just push all of this through. My recruiter says it's not likely, but I'm hoping we can have everything pushed through by next week. My 2 kids will be with me for their spring break, and if they could go with me to watch me swear in, that would be absolutely amazing. So I've worked really hard for this Army thing. I'm still wanting to go 68 Whiskey Combat Medic right now, but I've kind of broadened my horizons of things I want to do. There's a lot of other options after I go in. I want to go in as a 68 Whiskey, but I want to go airborne. I want to go air assault. I would eventually like to go 18 Delta Special Forces Medical Sergeant. I would like to do that as well in my Army career. I plan on going in and serving at least 20 years. I would like to be a lifer in the Army. I know nobody really knows if they're going to follow through with that until they get in. Some people absolutely love the military. Some people can't stand being in the military and can't wait to get out. I believe that I will enjoy it and that it will be very good for me. I kind of thrive in that atmosphere of structure that the military gives you. That's where I kind of tend to blossom and do the best. So, like I said, I've worked really hard for this. I actually just recently dropped 30 pounds. I was overweight for the Army. I went on a diet and I stuck to it. And I dropped 30 pounds. Now I'm hitting the gym just about every day, trying to build muscle that I had back in high school. I know that I'm obviously not going to be the youngest when I go to BCT. If I get to go to BCT, I won't be the youngest. I'm not going to be the strongest or the fastest, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm not scared about basic. I'm not really nervous. I'm excited. I look at it as an opportunity to learn and to grow, and to implement that structure and the discipline into my life that I really crave and thrive under. So I will keep you guys updated. I'll do another video as these interviews take place and get scheduled and we move forward in the process. So if you have any questions or comments, drop them below, and I'll try to get back to each and every one of you and let you know, or try to reply. All right, thanks guys. Have a great day. Take care.